I would like to thank the organisers for inviting me to talk to you about why we need a single European call number for in-hospital emergencies. I will cross-refer to cardiac arrests because many are cardiac arrests, and also the literature refers to these. Now, outside hospitals in Europe, there is already a single standard emergency telephone number, 112. But surprisingly, inside hospitals in Europe, there is no single standard emergency telephone. When a cardiac arrest occurs on the ward, a nurse dials 2222, the system rings in the telephone exchange, and the operator then dispatches the appropriate team to the appropriate location. It's estimated there are 300,000 in-hospital cardiac arrests per year in Europe. Survival depends on the effect of the emergency team response. Delays in arrival, defibrillation and CPR all reduce survival. Sandroni showed that survival was significantly higher when the resuscitation team arrived within 3 minutes, but there were no survivors when the team arrived after 6 minutes. One reason for delay in team arrival is staff not knowing the correct number. Only 50% of medical and 58% of nursing staff knew the correct number to call in their own hospital in Denmark. Another study said 12% of staff only found out the number actually during an arrest. We did a survey in Europe, and most hospitals use telephone as to call the cardiac resuscitation team. Some have buzzers on the walls, but obviously that isn't helpful in the hospital car park. 103 different numbers were shown to be used in about 200 hospitals in Europe, and a whole variety of non-standardised numbers were used, 4361, 623, 80932, but the commonest was 2222. 81% of respondents thought the number should be standardised. We've also done national surveys. In Ireland there were 18 different numbers, and now the Health Ministry recommends 2222, which they use. In Australia, 51 different numbers, and most states now have standardised to 2222. Standardising the number improves staff knowledge. In Denmark, a region that had been using the standard cardiac arrest number, 78% of doctors could remember it, but in the non-standardised regions, only 33%. In the UK, which has a standard number for a long time, 96% of staff knew the 2222 resuscitation number. The WHO High Fives Patient Safety Project said that standardisation of hospital processes should enable trained healthcare workers to perform effectively in any facility in the world. If you think about airlines, pilots trained to fly an Airbus A320 can fly an Airbus A320 belonging to any airline company in any country in the world. So why do we not arrange every healthcare worker to learn one standardised telephone number, 2222, to call the cardiac arrest team in any hospital in any country in the world? So why not standardise? Why have the nurses try and remember one of the random numbers there appear to be? Or a standard number, 2222. In 2016, the European Resuscitation Council, the European Board of Anesthesiology, and the European Society of Anesthesiology Intensive Care issued a joint statement recommending all European hospitals to use the same internal telephone number, 2222, to summon help when a patient has a cardiac arrest. And there was an accompanying editorial in Resuscitation. In 2019, the European Resuscitation Council introduces a standard. Training of staff, Standard 8, all staff must know how to summon help and be aware of the use of a standard telephone number within the organisation. We recommend that this should be the common European number 2222. Resuscitation Team Standard 11. The resuscitation team must be summoned to all cardiorespiratory arrests by the use of a common telephone number. ERC has recommended this number should be 2222. There are additional benefits. It facilitates standardised teaching. 2222 is very memorable as well. It helps with human factor issues and decreases the reliance on memory, particularly under stress. It helps standardisation of documents even nationally, can lead to more confident staff with less second victims after a chain of survival delay because of not knowing the hospital number. It helps to raise safety culture. It creates multidisciplinary safety interactions with nurses, medics and other staff. And it sets a precedent for more difficult standardisation issues that might be required in the future. What are the possible barriers to implementing change? Well, the number was chosen at 2222 because it was most frequently used in surveys. The cost is very low cost compared to a lot of things. Average was $4,500 in the UK. Half of those were less than £1,000, and Ramsay in Australia did it, I think, for less than $500. Training, only one item, the memorable 2222 is needed. You publicise the change, refresh at annual training, and put stickers on phones. The time to change can take place quickly, just choose a date. It took only 2 weeks in Slovakia, and in England and Wales it took 1 year. The easiest response, of course, is not to change, but that sends a negative signal about the organisation having a lack of safety culture and not understanding the value of standardisation for patient safety. If number 2222 is already used for something else, change it anyway, as this extension may be called by staff by mistake. There are some technical issues possibly. Most switchboards are now computerised, however, and can accept any numbers. If 5 or 6 digits are used, they can usually still accept a 4-digit 2222. If 4 digits are not possible, use 3 twos or 5 twos. Specify the change to 2222 when the switchboard is next replaced, if it's not possible with the current one. People are concerned about the risk of changing. It's 100% safe. Not many things in safety are changes, because you continue to use the old number along with 2222 until no one calls the old number. In Germany, they said do it for 3 years. 16 countries now have 2222 in healthcare law or recommended by the Health Ministry. You can see the list there. It's also used in other countries. The Netherlands, 12% hospital Netherlands use 2222, some in Belgium and Poland, and other countries are considering it. There are currently 370 different numbers in Japan. Hospitals in France using the standardised number. The French military hospitals were the first. Lille University, Strasbourg University Hospital, Hospital Civils de Lyon, a group of 13 hospitals there. And Ramsay Healthcare hospitals are considering using 2222. Their hospitals already do so in Australia and the UK. How to get practical advice on how to change your hospital's cardiac arrest number? Well, it's available from the links below. There's a local implementation pack on the ESAIC website, and there's also more information about changing on the National Patient Safety Agency literature. Here's a map showing worldwide use of 2222 in 2019. The green dots are where 2222 and the orange ones are using other random numbers. So in conclusion, standardisation to 2222 is common sense. It's already 112 has been accepted in the community as a standard number. 16 countries have already demonstrated that changing to 2222 is safe, easy, smooth and low-cost patient safety improvement. There's an editorial there in French to get some more details. And so, in conclusion, merci et mobilisons-nous. Start planning to change your hospital number to 2222. You know it makes sense. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me on whitaker2000@gmail.com. Thank you.